Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, my 5D light bodies out there, the 144, the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few, because you know we being filtered out more and more as we skip timelines. Greetings to you all from the 5D consciousness. I am Aquila Textry, as you know. And so I'm bringing you the galactic news. Like, this is just galactic. I don't know what else to call it. This is a call to action. I can title this, choose to infuse. The message that I got, it's really important. I'm happy, but it's really important that I share this because we need to know this, those of us who are turning up on the light grid and those who are even adding to the light grid. This is instructions that I got for all light bodies where they can play their part, because everybody plays their part. Those who are actually on the light grid working on it, those light warriors, those light workers, and then just regular people. It's for everybody. The message that I got is for everybody, but more specifically to those light workers and light warriors. And what it is, I don't want to take up much time, because I want it to be straight to the point and we need to get this message. So let me just say it right now. This is one of those where we need to like, subscribe, share, whatever it is that helps get the algorithms going. Yes, I'm bringing in my Palo Santos, bringing in the good news. So this is something that we need to get across as much as possible. It's that important. It's not for me. I don't care about the likes or anything like that. For me, it's more about the message. We really need to send this message far and wide to all the remote places as much as you can. Each one reach one, teach one. So we all play our part in sharing this. So this is just instructions that I got. It was a download about how we can choose to infuse, as well as certain instructions that we need to do within the next couple of days. Because truth be told, there are some energies that want to block what's happening, and I can attest to it because it's happening in individual lives, even in my own. But we have to choose to infuse with the light is the message that I've been getting, the download that I was getting. And it is because there are entities, let's say desperate energies. I call them desperate energies, inorganic ones, dark energies. People call them different things, the opposition. But they're desperately trying to block something, because next month there's going to be so much energetic thrust forward. And they're aware of that. So there's a blockage that is, some of you've already been feeling it. I know you've been feeling it. So we have to do our part to kind of flip the script. We need to amplify the light grid. We need to send as much light as possible in order to block the hindrance. I can't go too deep into what they're doing, because I'm even being instructed that we need to not focus on the opposition. Just know and be aware that there are desperate energies that want to stop, but we really need to not focus on that. So let me get right into it, since I do not want to take too long, because everybody don't have this kind of attention, and it got to be quick and to the point so that we can really get those that need it, those 5D, even if they're not 5D, even if they're just spiritual and they're just people that want to add to the light. We need to understand the part that we play in it. And this choosing to infuse download was really being clear on showing me, see, as I'm talking to y'all now, a reptilian about to crawl up here. This is how I get the messages sometimes. Like, they just be creeping out. Like, they want to know what's going on. They want to lean into. So with that, let me go ahead and share this with you. Is choose to infuse. This is the download. I'm going to go ahead and share the download with you. I know sometimes it may be a little unclear and confusing, but take what resonates with you and do the rest with what you will. And then I will share the instructions. So the choose to infuse is, ones must choose to infuse with the light grid within their daily commitments in life by choice of intentional actions towards heart-centered vibrations of resonance with the mind-body complex as it is within the heart-centered vibrations of resonance with the earth. So everything is all heart-centered. All movements must be towards the light of positivity that permeates the truth as it exists in the love frequency. Be willing and ready to attune and align to your previous transformational efforts that have been transcended within the soul's work. Basically, whatever transformations you've been doing is asking you to be attuned and aligned to that. Rest in a state of peace in the remembering, meaning reconnecting, and the re-knowing of true transformation, which instantly transforms you from crawling to flying into true freedom in the midst of any imminent upheaval during any now moment in time where extremities and adversities may rise. Sounds familiar? Because I know a lot of us are having things rise up. I mean, it happens on a regular, but some of us are seeing it a little bit more. So it's asking us with this part right here, it's asking us to remember our transformations, because as you remember, you have transcended through something. If you've had a transformational moment in whatever it is in your life, but remember that, because when you remember it, it holds you more firmly to reactivating it, to be able to instantly transform in the midst of any upheaval in the now moment. Whatever adversity is happening in the now moment, it's calling you to deal with it in a place of where you choose to infuse with the light rather than resisting and going against what seems to be going against you. We have the option to transmute, to transform, right? So this and this explanation that I gave, it says that this is a true butterfly effect. Like, I don't know, maybe you know more about it than I do about the butterfly effect, but it says this is a true butterfly effect because you have the you have the option to loop out of things. You have the potential or the ability to transition out of something in any now moment. You could just put on your wings and fly. So that's what it was, pretty much speaking to. So it's the butterfly effect, where ones can transcend the imminent threat that attempts to retain a soul in the lower vibrations and hold back the emittance of light. So that's the important part that we need to know. When we give into these adversities, it holds us back from emitting light. And so that's what those oppositions want to do. It wants to block all the people that are emitting love and light. And it's really needed, right now. This transcendence affords the ability to jump the timeline reality in that moment by looping out of the grips of opposition and infusing with the cohesive frequencies in the light grid, which amplifies its activation. So just by even doing this, whether you know about the light grid or not, you amplify the activation of the light grid, especially in this time right now where a lot of people are working on the light grid. I know me and my soul tribe that we're working together right now are amplifying the light grid. We're in the wave, we're actually in the middle of the wave right now. That's when I got this download. So it amplifies that, and ones must do all they can to keep their light bodies light in order to transform and withstand the extremities while raising their frequencies to emit potent light at a faster rate. And it is this energy currency that reinforces the energetic seal of the light grid activation of the 5D New Earth that helps us get into that new earth. And remember, this means new earth consciousness in your mind as well as the collective earth consciousness. Remember that we are the ones that are bringing it in. Every single last one of us play our part. So all light workers and light warriors, unite, because this is a call to action. So as I said, who this is for, I'm going to give you the instructions now of what to do. I gave you the download and I explained it as best as I can. If you have any questions, you can always comment, question. I'll answer whatever else I can. This is for those this message is specifically for those who may be already on the light grid, as I said earlier, or they may not be, but they may want to send light and send positivity, because the more of us that do it, the more we block, let's say, what those oppositions want to do, what they're trying to hinder and block from what is upcoming behind us in the next month coming up. Very strong energies. So here are the instructions. The more that and this is a note, pre-note before the instructions, the more you commit within your soul's integrity through true dedication from your true heart vibrations, the more potent that your energy is, and the stronger the amplification of the light. So it's really all about our integrity. It's not just about doing the action. So I'm giving you the instructions. However, it is important that we commit with our true heart vibrations, with a true dedication, and it's all based on your soul's integrity. You're not fooling anybody but yourself. You're not doing anybody else a favor. But this is not only to help you, but to help the entirety, to help the wholeness, to help block a lot of this opposition that wants to do what they want to do. But we're not focusing on that. We're not focusing on the opposition, but it is just what we want to focus on is just being conduits, stronger conduits of the light, if I can wrap that up in saying that. So the instructions are, I know I'm moving kind of fast because, like I said, I don't want to make it long. I want it to be to the point for those who need to really tap in and hear these instructions. So since 7 is the number of completion, as we're already in a universal year of 7, right? 2023 is a universal year of 7. So choose to infuse for the next 7 days. Choose to infuse your light. And it's choose because it's a choice. We have a choice in any now moment to either go with the friction or to infuse with the light, to loop out and say, no, I'm not doing this, whatever it is. I'm saying no to this and I'm saying yes to the energy. And it's all by your intentions and your actions, your beingness. It's not just by words or just by thoughts, but it's by the totality of your thought and feeling cohesion, as well as the coherency with your actions, with your thoughts and feelings that all align with your true heart vibrations. All of this plays a part in this. So 7 days, yes, I said it, but if you can't do it, hold on, those who want to run out the door like 7, 7 days, but if you can't do 7, if 7 can't be done, try to do 3. And if you can't do 3, at least do 1 day. And I'm going to explain to you what it is about, because they want us to lighten our bodies. The more you lighten your bodies, the more you are an efficient conduit of this light and energy. So there are 3 things that I've always been given as instructions of what to give to others, as what to do, that I always say to any group of spiritual people. First thing is fast. This is what you want to do within these 7 days or 3 days or the 1 day if you so choose. But the first thing is to fast. Fast in any way possible. Fast from foods. And there's different types of fast. So it's not like you don't have to eat. But you want to pull yourself back from eating things that you are used to maybe lusting after or that appease the body. What we want to do is you want to decrease in flesh and increase in your spirit. So you want to hold back from things that the flesh usually likes. And only you know what you like. This is why this is a job for integrity. You have to have integrity in your soul. You know what you like. So those things that you really kind of like, treats and stuff, just kind of hold back from that. The obvious things that I know to hold back from is sweets, carbs, things that take your body time to work down. Because if your body is working, it's less work for the spirit, put it that way. The more your body is working, the less you can hear from spirit, because your body is working to break down these foods, whether you're aware of it or not. So if you just hold back from sweets, carbs, meats, if the best fast, you can, even if you have to eat throughout the whole day, but just make sure it's like fruits, vegetables. And I would kind of stay away from fruits because fruits are sweets as well. I haven't been on any fruits. So I would honestly say for the strongest effect, I would stay away from the sweets. I would eat things like maybe pears. There's other things you can eat that are not so filled with sweets. But if you have to, fruits, vegetables, some tea, things like that. If you can do liquids all day, like things like that are really good for as you're fasting. If you can fast and like not eat all day and only eat one meal at the end of the evening, like there are many different ways to fast. And I got to do a separate thing on that. So I don't want to go too deep in that. The key thing is fasting from foods, from old behaviors, old patterns, all these things that are of the flesh, whether physically in the body or even fleshly thoughts in the mind, in the soul. So we want to, do away with those. Basically, to sum it all up, we got to be on it's kind of like going in a spiritual quarantine. I'm just saying. The second thing is to remove yourself from any low vibrational person, places, or things, conversations, the news, turn the news off, please turn the news off. Gossip, anything that is like distractions that are outside of spirit. You want to remove yourself from that. Right. And the third thing is to raise your vibrations as much as you can to the 10th power, to the 10th degree in whatever it is that you do that raises your vibrations. So, meditating, anything like working with your crystals or exercising, it doesn't have to be super spiritual. Just it could be sitting by the water, sitting in nature, staring at the clouds, stargazing, sun gazing, anything that raises your vibrations, doing some Reiki, going to energy circles, drumming circles, dancing, but not in low vibrational club spots. You don't want you got to be careful of where you're going as well, but anything that frees you up, go to places that are high vibrational, doing high vibrational things, that is raising your vibration. So those are usually the 3 instructions that I get. The fourth one extra that is most important is what I just read to you about in the download, which is to choose to infuse. We really have to work on, and this is the most important, because this is how these negative energies get through all of us. As long as we have a little hole of annoyance, irritants, anything that's low vibrational that opens up for us, this is a way that those energies can get in and can block you and slow down your light infusion. It can slow you down from being a true conduit of the light that can emit more light, that can emit potent light at a faster rate, right? That is currency. Currency is the rate of energy. So this is what we want to make sure, that we speed up our currency flow. We want to add force to this currency, our energetic currency, collectively and individually. So the most important thing that we could do for these 7 days, out of these 3 things that I told you, on top of that, please try your best, especially for those of us who have children. I know it's hard, because I have been tested, but try your best not to give into those opposition of energies, the frustration, the irritation, all of these, anger, disappointment, depression. Like, we want to make sure that we infuse with the light energy at all times. So the most important thing is choosing to infuse by the choices that we make. So those are the instructions. I gave it to you. I want to make sure I get this across. And again, I'm going to remind you, please share, like, subscribe, send it to anybody that you know is doing any type of energy work, that even if they don't know about 5D light grid, anything, we can use all the light work we have. And the more of us on here on this planet that are doing these very things, oh, believe me, we don't know how powerful we could be. We don't know how powerful, if we could only see in the energy how we will emit so much light. It is going to open you up to be a part of emitting and sending all the light that you can. And if you can, concentrate. When you do get chances to meditate, concentrate on sending that light to the light grid. Even if you don't know nothing about it, don't know where it is, just, I send this light to the light grid. I send this light to the ethers. I send this light to the collective of the new earth consciousness. Things like that. Whatever spirit, follow your guide and what spirit will guide you to say, but you want to send this light into the collective higher frequencies. We want to raise the frequencies and the vibrations. And we really need to do this. What's so important is we really need to do this within within this last week. I know I've started my wave already. I'm in the middle of it, but starting tomorrow, which is the 25th, today's the 24th. So starting tomorrow, that can start the 7 days. And you can work from there. You can do it from starting tomorrow. Just work those 7 days. If you can't, I would strongly suggest to do the 3 days. The 3 days are also very important, because the energies that want to block, I can't go too deep into it, but it's like towards the end of this month. So if we can do a strong 3 days, the 25th, 26th, 27th, that will be strongly powerful. If we can do these 3 things and meditate before going to bed. Purposeful meditation, just sending that light, heart-centered, being very heart-centered, and sending that light throughout the day, or whenever you remember. If spirit just hits you and you stop, you sense something beautiful and you're connecting to the ethers or into the earth, just connect, just send the energy, and you can take a pause and say, I send my light. It's that simple, y'all. And the more you have a pure vessel, meaning the more you do these 3 things that I said, is the more pure your vessel, the more potent you are as a conduit of light. So it really does amplify. So with that said, like I said, if you can't do the 7 days, the 7 days would be starting tomorrow, going all the way through. If you can't do the 3 days, starting tomorrow, all the way through. And if you can't at least pick one of those days, my suggested day, I would say, is the 28th. Reason being, because the 22nd was our 5D independence. And the 28th is the 5D declaration. If you look on one of my videos previously, you can just put in 5D declaration or 5D independence and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So that was, from last year. So if you can only do one day, I would strongly suggest the 28th for those who are watching this, and get this. The more of us that do this collectively, even if we don't know each other, just the fact that we are all doing it collectively, we add that much more amplification to it. If I get any more instructions on what to do on the 28th, I will definitely do another video, and maybe there's a time where we can all collectively meditate together. DM me, comment, send me the messages, whatever it is that you have to do. I will answer any questions, any comments, and we will go from there. But happy again, 5D independence, 5D declaration. We are amplifying, and these are the important things that we could do as light bodies, most importantly, to help us all out. Those who are having issues and don't know what to do, it would help us all step into that next level that they want to block you from, whoever they are. I don't want to give them credence, because the more power is in us. We are the power. We are the light vessels. We are the light bodies. We are the light warriors. So light warriors, light bodies, unite, turn up, light up, freak the energy. I call it looping out. So if somebody comes, just be like, nope. A quick word you can say yourself is 2 statements I'm going to give you guys if you're in a now moment is, you know what? I'm going to release you to your now in love. Make sure that you are in a place of peace. Remember your transformation. Like, I've come too far. So I'm going to release you to your now, and I'm going to loop out. What are we looping out of? We're looping out of the grips that the opposition wants to hold us in. It likes it when we have issues and we're tempting to go into lower vibrations. So, just choose to infuse. The choice is yours. I choose to infuse with the light. We're not going to do this right now. I send you nothing but love and light. I'm going to loop out, and I'm going to release you to your now in the love that lights the truth. The simple words that we can say to ourselves. Be intentional, my light bodies, my God bodies, beautiful souls, infinite energies, those who have come here to do the work. Excuse the sound in the back. So with that said, I greet you all in that love that lights the truth. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart and shine your light from the inside out. Light up, and choose to infuse.